how's it going? Today, I'm going to be showing you how to create your own testosterone cypionate. If you follow along this video, and you follow the steps exactly, you should have an injectable product. Well, one of the first steps is sterility. If you don't have a sterile product or sterile environment, please do not do this. I'm currently in a sterile air box. This is to minimize airflow and also make things more clean. One of the name of the games of this one is using center descent alcohol. Do not use 90%. The theory behind that is the bacteria and viruses that you spray with 90% will develop a hard coating on the shell to resist dying from the alcohol. So you should be using a 70% rubbing alcohol, and I'm using a spray bottle. Don't worry about it if you spill anywhere. It's just gonna make it more sterile. So first thing, spray an environment. Literally, just get it everywhere. You want everything to be as clean as possible. It doesn't matter if it sprays on paper or cardboard. It's going to dissolve, and it's going to help keep your environment clean. Just grab your testosterone raw powders. So what I plan on doing is measuring out 13 grams to displace into 15 mils, which is using 250 milligrams per millimeter of testosterone cypionate. I'll give you the recipe to follow along in a few, but for now you must watch me measure out using a microscale, because I would recommend getting a microscope for this purpose to get accurate measurements. So what I need to measure out right now is exactly 13 grams. This should give you about 260 millimeters, slight overdosage in 50 mils of total solution. Okay, so first thing I'm going to be doing is trying to measure out exactly 13 grams, which should be sufficient for this purpose. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the bag to over-vacuum seal this when it's done to keep and preserve the testosterone rolls. Alright, I'll speed this up so you guys don't have to watch it. You can do everything, but if you need to watch everything, there's something I'm going to be able to see in too much slower. Hope you just soon. Do not worry too much about being external, considering the filter is going to take care of most of that. If your testosterone spinning rolls become rocky, just know it seems a little moisture. The heating will help evaporate that line, helps the gut accept back into it pretty often. So 13 grams is the goal. Here, but I should have to sound for this one. That's called F. Yeah, okay. So the way I like to do things is I want to heat up the oil first. So I'm going to be using castor oil. That is my oil choice. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Well, okay, so approximately with a little slight overage. It's okay if you slightly over. I got 26 ml, 0.64 of castor oil. So it's a quite viscous oil. So it's pouring as it might cause a little residue to be left over. So I do a little overage on the second one to make sure it gets to the exact amount. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in the main beaker. Let that drain. Here's the second one. If you had a Thera oil, which is what I recommend if you're new, and I am also new, but I use castor oil anyways, just have your rooms the most healthiest. You could constantly even have more about having extra left in your beakers. So yeah, I wanted to add this as a small step before I continue heating. I'm going to go ahead and measure the benzyl benzonate. And yes, I'm not using a glove on the hand, but I need exactly 11.5. And I'm going to be using a 20 ml syringe. I'm using a 23 gauge syringe needle. So what I'm going to do is draw it up to approximately, let's say, here, between this mark and here, right there. That should give me 11.5 ml, exactly so. Let's go ahead. So I'm going to go ahead, and because it's less viscous, I'm not worried about waste. And I'm going to pour that in here. For that, let that drop in. Let's set it to the side. Then we'll take the syringe, open it up, and let it in. Alright, we filled that up. Finally, this is a very important step. Put this last after everything's cooled down, otherwise it will evaporate. It is alcohol after all. This is the shitty hot plate that I have. You get what you pay for, such as being. But with the hot plate and everything ready to go, what I'm going to do is set the thermometer right here. If it'll stay, because it was staying before they sorted. I will start the process of spinning below with my magnet hot plate stirrer. I'll let this in for quite a while. The temperature is going to allow everything to get up to temp before I put the oil in. And if you notice, the distillation is almost right at 50-minute melt, which is exactly where we want it to be. So, as this is heating up, and I will let you know about the cork of this specific hot plate if you have it. It tends to overshoot by a lot. And the way around that is to put the thermometer on the hot plate itself and undershoot your temperature at all times. Otherwise, it's just going to get wonky. As you can see right here, if I set the temp to 30, you should say 30 like this. Yeah, so as an extra precaution, I recommend putting aluminum foil on top of your oil. You don't want dust and debris getting into your oil. Even though it might be filtering, it will make it more difficult if there's too much dust and debris, regardless of how sterile you are. So just put something on top and make sure nothing's going to get in it, and it'll keep the heat in and make it a lot more accurate in terms of the heating. It's finally cooling down, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this oil into the solution and let that dissolve for about once it turns clear. We'll let it cool down. We'll add the BA. we need to do it. We do need to get this to about 100 C to 90 C for a couple minutes, maybe 2 minutes, just to make sure everything's dissolved in the solution. So go ahead and do that now. Just to show you how this works, it's pretty simple. It's up inside where you get the solution poured in. See how it dissolves pretty fast. You don't want to pour too fast. You know, it's like I should do saturated. It's a big block, so it's alright. Should dissolve pretty fast though. After a while, so we'll go ahead and just make sure there's no waste. Get that storage solution speed and get this thing dissolved. Once it's clear, we're good. So it's empty a while. I'll let you know when I'm done. As you can see, things are dissolving slowly but surely. To be completely clear, and I'll give it about 2 minutes. Once it's clear, we can assure or assume that the solution is completely dissolved. As for now, it's pretty cloudy, so sorry. And the solution is finally getting clear. This is a good sign. She's done. So what I'm going to do now is add the BA. More than normal. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take this, and right now, as the testosterone cools and or heats, stays at a warmer temperature because I am going to be filtering this to a warmer temperature than normal. We'll be drawing out 50 units of BA. It's okay to inject air into the BA for safety, so you can draw it a little more from what you expected. Just like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and control this out to where we need. Cool thing about BA is it's quite thin, so it's easy to get what you need. So I'm drawing 2 up, so we're going to go ahead and fill up about that much. That's what we need, and I'll go ahead and put that in our solution. Works, so you just put that in and start mixing it yet again. Turn on the mixer, get that nice and mixed in. I'll say about there, we're at a good temp right now. So what I'm going to do now is draw this up into our nice new 60 ml syringe. This is the 60 ml syringe, and this is the 18 gauge needle just for drawing. What I'm going to do is go ahead and draw this off and fill this up to the top, and then proceed to get to the filtering unit. Okay, so we do have an issue here. I was supposed to have about 50 ml, but I verified it 3 times, but it seems I only made 45 based on the other beakers. It's like a plus or minus 5% kind of thing. So we only have 45 solution. So just for reference, guys, if you do get a beaker set, make sure to add a little more overage and or use a different method to measure solution. This should work. It will be slightly over-D'd, about 250, 260 milligrams. But give or take, this is sufficient for what we're to be doing. I do have a syringe filter ready. I do have a 100 millivial ready. What I'm going to do is put this together and show you how it works. Okay, so I'm going to go show you how this works, but essentially the more weight you add to this, the faster it's going to filter through the 0.22 micron filter. And as you can see, it is drip filtering through here. I have a vent here. This is very important. Do not worry about it being pushed into the vial. I just made sure to have enough for the sealing effect. There is no leaks despite the oil being on the outside of the filter, but it should be good to go. So this is going to take a while, and it's still taking a little while, but it's going much faster than it was before, mainly due to all this weight that I added.
Okay, assuming you did everything right, I filled this vial right here, as you can see the residue that's left, of about 100 mils, and then I proceeded to fill up the rest of these vials individually with different syringes. This was mainly to maintain sterility, or being sterile, because I don't have a vacuum pump, but this was the next best thing. These are pre-sterilized themselves, so everything that has been put into these vials is mostly sterilized. And yeah, and excuse these tops are kind of junk, I'll be honest with you, but they maintain their seal, so that's all that matters to me. Everything is still good, and that's just alcohol. I sprayed these all with just like rubbing alcohol like crazy, so yeah, it all looks good. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a lot of gear for very cheap, and you can too if you follow this video.